To our instructor in CDV 602 Seminar in Content and Pedagogy, Professor Perita Bilbao. To my fellow speakers, Mom Joan Guerrero, Mom Laura May Esquera, and Sir Roel Casipe. To our classmates taking a PhD in Curriculum and Development at West Visayas State University. And to the teacher participants of Vicente Andaya Senior National High School, Barutak Viejo National High School, Leon National High School, and Santa Barbara National High School, a pleasant morning, everyone. The worldwide pandemic brought by the spread of COVID-19 has created abrupt changes and greatly affected the educational system in the Philippines. Provision of face-to-face classes was strictly imposed. So, the Department of Education mandated distance learning modalities to be adopted by the school that made teachers scramble to find resources and master varieties of remote teaching techniques in order to move students toward progressive and stronger understanding and to attain ultimate independence in the learning process. However, students find it difficult to learn and understand the competencies as well as to perform mastery of skills, since there are many challenges for both teachers and students have encountered in applying the different learning modalities. My topic, engage students in using online tools in language learning, will help the teachers overcome these challenges, and when these tools are utilized effectively and efficiently, it will enhance instructor and heighten students' interest, especially in the language classes. There are a variety of ways to help students practice speaking, listening, reading, and writing the target language. Kindly look at the picture and let me ask you a question. Which step have you reached today in upgrading your skills in teaching strategies and using different online tools in your class? Were you still at the bottom of the stairs? Or in the middle of the stairs? Or are you in a final hurrah at the top of the stairs? Congratulations to those who reach on top. To those teachers in the middle, you can do it. Few more steps and you will be there. To those who are still at the bottom, I know it is difficult at first, but later on, it will get better. I know teaching English is quite tough. Students may lose focus, do not understand most of the things we are saying, and make many mistakes on their way of mastering the competencies. As teachers, we have the responsibility to bridge the gap of these challenges, and we should make learning fun in the first process. So let's define what is language learning. When we talk about language learning, it's about facilitating knowledge acquired by the students through teachers in all the facets of language. Its use, its speaker, its structure, and its delivery, with the hope that the students will learn enough to actually be able to speak the language. You see, language development is continuous and recursive. Students reflect upon the use of prior knowledge to extend and enhance language and understanding. By learning, incorporating them in the new language structure in their repertoire and use them in a variety of contexts. Students develop language fluency and proficiency. So what is teaching and what is learning, and how do they interact? Well, teaching is showing or helping a person to learn how to do something, giving instruction, guiding the study, providing knowledge, and causing them to know or understand. While learning is acquiring or getting knowledge of a subject or skill by study, experience, or instruction. Based on the definition, teaching cannot be defined apart from learning. Well, the reasons are, teaching and learning should be integrated by the teacher in the process of helping students develop and apply strategies for comprehension, composing, and responding in varieties of situations. Teacher is guiding and facilitating learning, enabling the learner to learn, setting the condition for learning. And learning is a process of operant conditioning through a carefully paced program reinforcement. You teach according to E.F. Skinner. So therefore, positive and engaging learning experiences in the language-rich environment should be incorporated in all our teaching strategies. Students can be successful learner if we provide opportunities to use the language in many forms. In this pandemic, I am sure many teachers have encountered numerous problems and concerns, especially during synchronous and asynchronous classes. So here are some of the examples of what teachers may think. What will you do if the school closes for months or years? How can we shift to online learning? What about the students who have no internet access? There is no digital divide, but there is a digital abyss, and the Philippines or rural or poor area are living at the bottom with devastating concession. What if, in the end, the school system decided that online learning is working just fine and the school will never open? Panic was perfectly understandable, especially if you are not prepared with the different learning delivery modalities and you didn't know how to properly utilize online tools in your classes. The sudden transition to remote teaching has led many teachers as well as students face various challenges from not having access to the internet and to finding the proper tools to overcome the boundaries of online learning. So these are the most common problems those who are living in rural or remote areas. However, there are solutions to these problems. In order to overcome these challenges, teachers should anchor their teaching strategies and techniques to the learning theories and pedagogy that is applicable in this situation, the remote learning, like the constructivism or social constructivism of Piaget and Vygotsky in 1896, that there is a need for student-teacher collaboration, social interaction, construct their own knowledge using their own experiences, and social and cultural context in learning. The second one is connectivism of Thorndike, 1989, that the use of technology, navigating the internet, having visual face-to-face interaction, and exploring the diversity of network will enhance students in learning. And lastly, the discovery learning of Bruner, 1960, that through the interaction with the world by exploring, growing existing knowledge to discover facts and relationship and new truth to be learned, students will discover learning to their own and become an independent learner. Furthermore, students' learning will no longer be caged on the teacher-oriented learning, the pedagogy, but it will help students become self-directed andragogy and self-determined learners, pedagogy, who will become more focused on information related to their future careers, and they will become involved in higher order challenges and thinking where they will be on the center of their learning experiences in order to meet their professional needs and interests, according to Hayes and Kenyon, 2000. So this is an example of a schematic diagram I made that represents how educational experience will be if a teacher will incorporate the different learning theories and pedagogy in their instructional plan. The learning will become technology-rich, will promote collaboration, have an active learning, exploration, and develop critical thinking. Incorporating these learning theories will ease the burden of both teachers and students in the challenges of distance learning. So, what a teacher should do? There are plenty of online teaching tools that you can use to enhance the teaching and learning experiences of students in both synchronous and asynchronous classes to make it fun and fulfilling. So let's define what is an online teaching tool. So what is online teaching tool? Online teaching tool is an educational platform. It refers to any program or application or technology that can be accessed via internet connection and enhance the teacher's ability to present information and students' ability to access the information. There are many examples of online tools that are free to use. So here are some of the examples of online teaching tools to engage students in language learning. Here is an example of tools to enhance the vocabulary of students, like the word reference, elevate, Quizlet, and memorize. So these tools offer vocabulary games in which students will match the word with corresponding pictures and context clues. It motivates students to learn the language by organizing learning process in a form of game or a challenge. A teacher can also create a task, vocabulary task, using this application, like the Quizlet. The next tool is grammar, to enhance the grammar of the students, like the grammar check, the language tool, Grammarly. It is a writing assistance for students. This can be used to check their spellings and their punctuations. This is suitable for students in high school and colleges where they are submitting long essays or reports. It will lessen the workload and improve their writing skills. Another tool is to enhance the listening and the speaking skills of students, like the tune-in, the verbling, and the voice read. These are examples of online presentation and collaboration tool that allows for creating multimedia slideshows and commenting using voice, text, audio file, or video. Students or teacher can upload their video or picture, and what's good about this tool is that students can record their comments, suggestions, questions, and do it interactively. Students will also improve their critical thinking and speaking skills. And of course, they can work as a group. And this can be done asynchronously. The next one is, this is to enhance the reading skills of students. The Dream Reader. Well, this is an example of a website. This is a great source for students who want to practice their reading skills. These websites upload new articles in a daily basis, and it has quizzes to test the students' knowledge about the articles. Another example is a tool that can use in collaboration or collaborative working. This one is what you call discussion board or Google Docs. The discussion board or Google Docs is also known as bulletin board, used to post informations, ideas, questions, and enabling others to respond asynchronously. This platform allows students to make a considered response because they have time to think about how to respond and reflect on what they want to write before posting. It looks and its feature are almost the same as the Microsoft Office Word document. So if you want to access the Google board or the discussion board or Google Docs, you need to access it by searching in the Google browser, type the word Google Docs in the search engine. It will direct you to a hyperlink of the tool. Click the link to access it. But see to it that you are able to log in using your Gmail account, enabled so that you can use the full features of the Google Docs. So here is an example of the output using Google Docs. As you can see, students use this platform to work collaboratively, and the students write their ideas in the discussion board and share what they know about a certain task assigned by their teachers. The next one is blog, or writing a blog. Well, blog is an information portal or an online diary that enables students to share information and to think deeper in relation to their learning and engage in discussion. It also enhances metacognitive and self-regulatory processes because, like in Google Docs, students have time to think about how to respond and reflect on what they want to write before posting their outputs like essays, reports, poems, short stories, or novels. This tool can also enhance the skills like critical or creative writing skills of students within the blog. So the teacher needs to carefully design guiding questions to elicit purposeful reflection to the students in order to enhance their critical thinking and creative writing skills. So here is an example of a blog where you can post your outputs. The benefit of a blog can make or help students to see and realize the progress they made from the earlier stage or to the later stage of their output making. Students can make their blog more personal by designing it based on their creative personality. So another one is the Wikispace. Well, Wikispace is an asynchronous tool that enables the creation, editing, linking websites, adding images and videos, and sharing it with other members of the wiki. Wikis are excellent format for group work. So in order to access the Wikispace, there are at least two ways. So first is access the Wikispace in a Google search engine. Type in the word Wikipedia and then click enter, and you will find a hyperlink of the said tool. Click the link to access and make sure to create or log in to your account in order to create a new page in making and writing a new article. The second way to create an article in this tool is to find or locate a link that is, or a name or a place that is in color red. Click it and it will direct you to a place where you can begin to start writing the article. You will also see there the guide how to make an article, especially on how to post pictures, videos, and how to link websites and references. So here is an example of a tool for recording and editing videos, pictures, and sometimes making animated video presentations. So examples are Vicaro, Alimoto, Audacity, and Photon. So in my personal preference is using Photon because this tool has plenty of animated pictures, fonts, or graphics to choose from in creating video presentation. And it is easy to use. It uses a drag and drop method. You can also layer it with background music and record a voice prompt. All you need is creativity in designing your animated video presentation. So there are actually some students are using some other tools like Filmora Go, Master, Power Director, WavePad, and of course the built-in Power Director editor found in your computer and of course the laptop. The next one is Canva or Piktochart. So it is a platform that uses same drag and drop format. It provides access to a million photographs, graphics, fonts that makes learning and communication easy and fun. It is for brainstorming, making worksheet, and presentation of posters. Your whole class can design together and encourage them to create an attractive and artistic project or output. You can also use this platform in designing brochure, infographics, invitations, and some projects. You can access Canva by typing in the browser canva.com or download and install the application in your cell phone. Well, good news for DepEd teachers, you can access Canva using the premium account. All you need to do is to type Canva for education in the Google search engine and it will direct you to the hyperlink of the said tool. Click the link to access the website and before you fill in the registration, upload your DepEd ID or PRC ID for validation. Make sure to create first or log in to your personal Canva account using your Gmail or DepEd account. Then proceed to the registration and link your Canva for education to the account you made in the Canva. So in Canva, there are plenty of features that the teacher can use. Well, you can connect this personal Canva for education account for free, especially for your class. You can share it by inviting the students to your Google Classroom. So here is an example of a Canva or Piktochart outputs of the students. As you can see, the output shows attractiveness and creativity. Students can also share the link so that other students or teachers can access the raw layout or export a soft copy once the output is finished. Another example is making a Padlet. Padlet is an online virtual bulletin board where students and teachers can collaborate, reflect, share links, and pictures in a secure location. Padlet allows users to create a hidden wall with a custom URL or link that only the teacher and students can access. Students can create their own Padlet or join the Padlet made by their teacher. And students can also create their own outputs or answer the question of the teacher, which can be done either in a synchronous or asynchronous method. So here is an example of the output of a student. The student uses a chart to create association and comparison of two ideas. So you can use Padlet if you want to, for example, write down your hobbies to your career, or your class notes to your final exams, or your mood board to your runway shows. The Padlet can help you organize your ideas in certain point of your life. The next one is the game-based learning platform. Examples are Quizzes, IkaShow, Quizalize, Kahoot, Socotel. So these are learning games, user-generated multiple-choice quizzes that can be accessed via web browser or an application. You can use this app to review students' knowledge for formative assessment in synchronous class. You and the student can monitor the student's performance by looking at the line or bar, or sometimes pictograph, of the students who got the top score or belong in a top 10. This tool will motivate students, and of course it is fun because it is an interactive game. The tool also includes trivia questions, or teacher can create your own multiple choice test. And the last tool is creating a personalized website. Well, some of the examples are Google Sites and Weebly. So these are platforms for creating websites, sometimes blogs or e-portfolio. It uses the drag and drop method. You can also create sites and upload your instructional materials that only your students can access. Okay, so that's it. That's all the tools. After describing some tools that are associated in technology, one very important technology asset is of course, us, the teacher. Just remember that technology may play a vital role in providing access to educational resources and opportunities for learners, and it somehow replaces some of the things that teachers do, but technology can never replace a teacher because a teacher is the main person in helping learners to have access to technological capabilities, and human connection between teachers and students is still essential to learning development. Furthermore, the teacher is the one who plans for the goals of the learner, monitors their learning progress, thinks of the different strategies based on the student's needs, and evaluate if they were able to achieve their target or learning competencies so that the teachers can decide whether they can proceed to the new lesson or provide enhancement or remediation to their students. The teacher always do this process in a cycle until the student achieve mastery. Like this example of visual, the goal-oriented instructional model, or GOIN. So, what educational tools do you usually use? Well, my advice for you is to use user-friendly online tools and practice until you master how to use its feature. Encourage and teach students to utilize these tools so that it will be easier for both teachers and students to implement the different learning modalities and still can achieve quality education in this pandemic. Just remember, educational tool is a partner to the facilitating, teaching, and learning development of students. Let me end my session with a quote of Anders Ericsson. Learning isn't a way of reaching one's potential, but rather a way of developing it. This means that learning is not easy. You need to climb every steps of the stairs until you reach the top. Slowly but surely, for there's always room on top. Thank you for listening. May peace prevail on us. This is Marino Joy de la Cruz signing off.